We are awaiting the release of one of the most anticipated films of this year, Thalaivi. And I have the protagonist of the film right here with me. Now, how can I describe her? She's truly like the phoenix bird, rare, mythical, and magical. When people look at her, they are in awe. And when they wait for that inevitable end, she rises from the ashes, only stronger and more powerful. Let's say hello to a national award winner, Padma Shri Kangana Ranaut. Hi, Kangana. How do I describe her? When I see you, I can only think of the phoenix, a mythical, beautiful, rare bird that makes everybody stare at her in awe. And when they think that the anticipated end is near, you seem to rise from those ashes stronger, more powerful than ever.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you.
National award winner, Padma Shri, the one and only Kangana Ranaut.
Thank you so much.
Kangana, I'm so happy to be chatting with you. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the launch of the trailer. Congratulations on the launch of the songs. This must be a moment that you've been waiting for a while.
Oh yes. And as you know, we were very close to the release and it just shattered all our dreams when the second wave hit our country hard, and then there was this uncertainty about almost everything. Then of course movies were not the priority. People were struggling for lives. So many of our near and dear ones we know were affected. I myself was infected. So of course, and then now that we have healed and we are on the way of recovery and the path of resuming, so the first thing that comes is the impending release of the film, and we're all more than excited, and it makes it even more special because for past 2 years there's been no releases, I mean significant ones, and especially in theatres. So this makes a lot of things make it very special.
Yeah, the film is launching on the 10th of September and we cannot wait. But let me take you into a time machine. Let's go back 13 years. When you first appeared in front of the Tamil audiences, do you remember the name of the character from the film?
My name?
Yeah, from the Tamil film that you did, your first Tamil film.
No, I don't know. What was it?
Shenba.
Oh, how lovely. Yes.
Yeah, you were just breathtaking in your launch, I have to say. And after 13 years, we get to see you again, this time portraying an iconic character. But before we get to that, let me talk to you a little bit about Tamil cinema. What do you think differentiates Tamil cinema from the rest?
Like you said, one of the first experiences after Gangster was with Tamil cinema, and I was treated so well. I remember just being taken care of really well. And the language is so different for me and difficult. At that time I didn't warm up to the experience, and I was like, this language is so hard and I'm not able to justify and justify my emotions with that language, because there is no connection you establish as your impulses with a certain language. So I focused on my Hindi career more, but now after so many years I got this opportunity, and the way Tamil cinema has come up, even all regional cinemas for that matter, the way they have risen and incredibly doing almost same business as Hindi films, which are more pan-India release, states like even Telugu films for that matter, and even Punjabi films are coming up in a big way now. This is a good news because, see, essentially when a film does hugely well, like which is accepted by the whole country, like a Bahubali 2 or a Dangal, hardly 2 to 3 crore films people see the film, whereas we have a population of almost 140 crore people. So there is a lot of audience to be cultivated and to be connected with. And more is, I think the more we do, the more we cultivate, it will only bring more revenues and kind of progress in this field, and collectively even our industry and overall economy will also help. So I have a lot of appreciation and kind of gratitude for especially regional cinema, which is just standing on its own spine and does not get as much encouragement as it should from rest of the country. And I do believe that rather than giving screens to Hollywood films and other language films, we must dub our films, our regional films, and make them a pan-India experience first. So we need to come together as I think it will be a very nationalistic gesture, because there is a lot of xenophobia that also exists within the country. We don't know each other's culture, we don't know each other's languages and traditions, and it will only help us as a country to be together and to rise together. So I have these ideas, and I do appreciate, and I think we as Hindi audience should be more accepting of regional cinema than trying to learn English and trying to see English films in dubbed versions. And for me, this is an opportunity that I've been accepted like this, and with this so much love and encouragement that I've got from Tamil cinema to do such an iconic character, even though I don't have a kind of body of work and I don't have that relation and with audiences that I've established where I deserve to do it, but I hope they find me worthy.
Though I don't want to interrupt you, but I think you're being very humble when you say that you don't have that body of work, because I know a lot of people from Tamil Nadu itself that look at you for inspiration and closely follow your body of work. Having said that, let's just one question before we get into Thalaivi. If there is a specific individual or a group of people from the Tamil cinema industry you'd like to work with, be it a director, producer or an actor, who would they be?
There are so many.
Any that come to mind?
Of course, Vijay sir is the ultimate hero who's here. Yes, I would like to work with him if I get a chance. Rajni sir.
Yeah.
And in terms of director, I loved working with my Vijay sir, my director. So also I have heard a lot about Shankar sir, Maniratnam sir. All these people are on my list.
Yes, on your list, and hopefully that list turns into reality someday.
Hopefully.
But let's talk about a realistic picture based on the life of Puratchi Thalaivi, Dr. J. Jayalalitha Amma, who is such an icon to all of us here in Tamil Nadu and of course all over the country as well. I saw a lot of your interviews leading to this one, and in one of them you'd said that firstly when you were approached to play the character, you said you didn't think you could fill her shoes and you didn't think you'd be apt for it. What made you change your mind?
Oh, when they offered the film to me, my writer of Manikarnika, Vijendra sir, was writing it, and I thought that is such a disaster casting. I thought to myself that, oof, this will be the worst thing that can happen to a film. And because of many reasons, Jama was, yes, an actress, but if you have to draw a parallel, more like Vaijayanti Mala or Hema Malini in Hindi, she was a mainstream actress who was great dancer and celebrated for her beauty and aura in that way. Whereas I do more of parallel cinema, more national award winner. Like I don't work with big heroes and I don't have no body of work as such. Other thing was that the difference in our physicalities. When she was younger, she was more voluptuous and Bharatanatyam dancer. And I am in my 30s already, and the journey starts from 16 to which goes up to 42. And even if I had to gain weight, I was not sure at this age gaining weight, where will I be able to gain weight? It will come to the right places.
Where that's very important.
You never know where the weight decides to come. It's not it's not going to follow your orders. And at this age too, with weight, it adds more age.
Correct.
It doesn't take age away from you,
Fair point.
So I was thinking, is it the right time for me? Have I maybe, missed the bus now to play 16-year-old Jayama? Then most of the parts are in mid-20s. And then later stage goes into the 30s. There were many doubts in my mind, and everybody was trying to convince me, but I was not convinced. And when I met Vijay sir, he is from here and he has a good body of work, and the way when I spoke to him, he holds Jayama in great regard, and he knows the pulse of the audience. Sure. But when he said that you are the right choice right now, there is no other person I can think of who can do this, then I thought to myself, he has maximum to lose. People will पकड़ेंगे उधर उनको ना कि तुम why did you ruin the film, or what kind of film you made, and this that. So when he was convinced about me, then I thought maybe it can work. Yeah.
And he was absolutely right, because when I read that you were being cast as Jayalalitha Amma, I was excited. But my heart stopped for a millisecond when I saw your first poster with the iconic symbol that she always held up. I couldn't find any difference between the real and you. How much work went into the process, Kangana? Of course, putting on weight was one thing, but mentally you had to switch to this legend of a woman.
A lot of work went into it, especially the dances were very difficult for me, you know. And there was a phase in her life when she was only doing the stage performances, and she ran a school and a dancing troupe, which did the most spectacular events in through America and through, you know, and that's how she did one of the big events for Chief Minister, and through that she came back into MGR's life. So that event, and there was a Bharatanatyam performance, and for dancer I have like 2 left feet and I was stressed about that. And then as a child growing up in the industry, she has a different body language, and then she, in between, she was a bit heartbroken about things. She was a lot more you know, introvert, and she started to have a different kind of demeanor, and then she came back to politics where she faced a lot of resistance. That made a different demeanor for her. You know, she was reacting to her environment constantly and things that was that were happening in her inner world. So all those stages were well defined in my mind, but they also needed huge physical transformations, you know, and the prosthetics were not working, and then Vijay sir said that he started to get a lot of home food.
He tried his own way, like the natural way. Let's try and make her put on weight without her noticing it.
Absolutely. And then I decided to put on weight, and I still say that all those 20 kgs belong to Vijay sir's house. So he will get two big dabbas, and there will be big spread. And I would of course eat endlessly, and also I did some technical exercises where we avoid getting weight in certain places and get in certain places. So those technicalities were there, and I finally got weight, and we were finally about to shoot. You know, we did some of the heavyweight portions, the latter part of the film, and the pandemic hit. We were still left with 2-3 scenes. So then the uncertainty of filming, and my cholesterol were very high. And I could not even, my breathing was affected. So I started to lose weight, and then we had to do prosthetic for two last scenes, but now those prosthetic had to match my face, which we had already not, so far we were trying.
The first half of the pandemic to then a break and then again.
Yeah, post pandemic, because I lost the weight for younger portions, but we had left 2 more scenes. So now prosthetic trials started to, earlier they were to match me with Gemma, now I had to match my own self when I was 20 kgs more. So all these things had, of course, had our own obstacles, but by the grace of Gemma and God, we are here today, and we are here to, with the film, to present it to the audience and all her fans and all cinema lovers.
Just a couple of questions before I let you go, because I think these are very important. When you read up about Jayama's life, and of course Kangana's living hers now, is it a little eerie that there are so many similarities to girls from very humble backgrounds coming into the world of movies, facing such trials and tribulations, but always being courageous throughout?
Yeah. Oh yes, and it was quite, like you said, eerie when I was doing those scenes when Jayama got assaulted in the assembly, and then simultaneously I had that feud going on with Shiv Sena, and they were breaking my house. They were happening simultaneously, you know. It was so eerie. So I do believe, I would like to believe that Jayama has chosen me for her biopic.
Looks like it.
And I have her blessings.
Yeah, I think it really does look like it. A word on Arvind Swamy, because in Tamil Nadu, Purachi Thalaivar and Purachi Thalaivi, the MGR Jayalalitha combination is legendary. How was it to work with Arvind Swamy in that capacity?
Amazing. We always, you know, we needed somebody who can project that larger than life aura, you know, and our protagonist, who we are showing as you know, this larger than life person, is always in awe of MGR, and you know, is being influenced constantly by his aura and his thoughts and his actions. So we needed somebody who doesn't only do justice to the aura, but at the same time a great actor, you know. And he brings him alive in such a terrific way, and such an easy person to work with, you know. Very down to earth and very courteous, very, you know, courteous, and it's just lovely to, you know, be around him.
Fantastic. One word about your director. In one of your interviews, you'd actually said, he didn't make me feel apologetic about being a fine actress or my talent, and I saw that you got a little emotional. So I know that the relationship between you and Vijay sir is truly special.
Yes, he's unbelievable. I think for me, it's first film where I also, I'm a director and I want to be a good director, and for me to be working with the person who understands the beat of audiences in such a way that he knows that which an Indian audience emotion palette is very different, so he would know what dialogue would trigger what reaction. His treatment would be based on that, and how much time he needs after the clappings has stopped, so when to start his dialogue, like that, like that. So his understanding of Indian audience and emotion is so terrific that I learned so much from him, and even the way he gets me as an actor when I would do my Hindi scenes, and he would tell me that when I do Tamil, so of course my same beat won't land on same word, because I wouldn't know what I know the mota meaning of what this line means, but I don't know what he will tell me. No, I want this to land on this word. He would understand my performance so beautifully, and then he will make me do the same thing for Tamil.
Wow.
It was so important to have a director who can understand somebody's art to that depth,
So it with so much attention and detail, right?
So much attention and detail, and he won't settle for anything less than that. He's like, I want that, what you've done in Hindi, I want it here also. I said,
can you speak a bit of Tamil? I have to ask, because I know that you did try speaking in Tamil for the film.
I did take training.
Do you remember any?
Oh, there have been like 2 films now in between. Yeah, Vanakkam, and I learned a lot, but and I of course learned the entire script. But it's been like I've been on other film sets, and
if I'd probably spoken to you then, you would have rattled off in Tamil, I'm sure.
It's definitely some of it.
Neenga romba azhaga irukkinga. I have to say that you're looking very beautiful
Thank you.
today. Just one thing I definitely wanted to ask you, Kangana. See, there are a lot of young women watching this interview, and the one thing that I've always wondered is, how do you stay so fearless? Come what may, you faced every single challenge, taken it in your stride, and always remained bold. Ultimately successful. How does that come?
I think as a person, you've got to have faith in yourself, and you've got to not settle for anything less than what you think you deserve. And I think ultimately, when you are in the pursuit of your own dream and destiny and whatever you may call it, you've got to have a collective cause also. When you stand up for yourself, you don't have to forget you're standing up for every woman. And when the cause is collective, the courage is also collective.
Fantastic.
So you get everybody's courage. So I think that is how it should be.
Superb. Any scene that still comes to mind from the movie that you won't ever be able to forget? Like, this scene mere man se nahi chhod raha hai. As in, anything from Thalaivi?
There are so many beautiful scenes. Of course, assembly scene is so traumatic that I feel that it has scarred me. Also, there's a romantic scene in the makeup room.
Okay.
Post-interval with MGR sir. It is so beautifully written. I often think that what a great genius writer like Vijayendra sir is, that for him to come up with vintage romance like that, and to depict two lovers, in their older age, in their older year, they're recollecting gone by years, and there's such a beautifully written scene. And of course the phone call. When you see the film, you know what I mean. The last phone call.
Yeah, it's releasing in a few days, so I'm sure everybody will watch.
Yeah. So these some of the scenes that I sometimes when I'm on my own, I think that Vijayendra sir has done such a terrific job with the writing of the film.
Superb. And I know we're pressed for time. I'd like to ask you a lot more questions, but thank you so much.
I hope I do another Tamil film.
We hope you do plenty, not just one.
Yes, and we get to meet each other more often.
Absolutely. And next time maybe you and I'll have a full-fledged conversation and interview session in Tamil. I really look forward to that.
Yes, definitely.
Congratulations on yet another blockbuster role, and I'm sure people are going to be talking about this role of a lifetime forever and ever.
Thank
and
you.
All the best on the launch of the film. Guys, you should know that Thalaivi releases on the 10th of September in 3 languages, Tamil, Telugu and of course Hindi. Please go to the theatres and watch it.